Hi, my name is Erica Campbell. I'm making this video for my Arts and Early Childhood Education class at Northampton Community College. This is part of my final presentation, talking about everything that I've learned throughout this course. So when I first began this course, I wasn't aware of all the different aspects that fall under the arts programs. I also thought this class was going to focus a lot on just the visual arts aspect, but I didn't realize how much drama and dance and music and all those other little categories really play a part in the children's development. So I was excited to learn about different ways to include those different aspects of the arts into the curriculum. Some of the things that I learned throughout that is the different aspects of each of those categories. So when talking about visual arts, I learned about all the different parts like perception and color and textures and line work that go into the arts. And I learned how to use that to create lessons that support the children that I serve. I learned how to plan activities and curriculum based on the interests and the abilities of the children that I serve. And I learned how some things that may be interesting one day really may not be the next. So it's important that we make accommodations for the children and how their interests and abilities change throughout the course of a semester or a year, however long you have the children that you're planning for. A big part about being a professional is making accommodations to make things work. So I think that is a big part of planning lessons and understanding that things aren't always going to go the way that we think they might. A big part of this class involved creating labs for children. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we weren't able to go into classrooms to implement these labs, but we were able to watch videos and create labs and conduct them to ourselves or to family members to really get a feeling on how to plan activities that support children. So during those, we were able to take a look at the Pennsylvania Early Learning Standards and learn about how different activities fit different learning standards that meet the needs and development of children of different ages. So I kind of focused on preschool this semester, and before I've done infant and toddler, so it was nice to get a different feel on what preschoolers learn versus what infants and toddlers are to learn. So also I learned a lot about using art as a way of learning. So Northampton Community College has their own curriculum program that focuses on different areas of development for the children, and some of those include music and movement and the visual arts. So I was able to use those curricular goal areas to plan lessons to support the children that I serve. So that was really interesting to connect the two, learning about dance and drama and music and visual arts and using the early learning standards and using art as a way of learning to really make sure I'm hitting all of the developmental areas that children need to be successful. While planning lessons, I learned how important it is to make sure that we're including different cultures and languages and abilities, which all falls under CLAD diversity. So we make sure that we plan lessons that support children who speak different languages and children who are in wheelchairs and children with auditory issues and children with sensory processing disorder and children on very wide spectrums, and even the children who are gifted. We make sure that we accommodate our lessons to make sure that all children are supported as we continue to plan lessons for those children's. That also falls under what I learned and I really enjoyed learning about, the universal design for learning, and that is meeting children exactly where they are. So if a child is really struggling with fine motor, we make sure that we provide activities to those children that really work on the fingers and the wrists and the hands. And if children really excel in math, that we're challenging them more than a child who is just beginning to work on math. So we're really meeting every children exactly where they are. The labs were very interesting this semester, but I feel like I did learn a lot planning activities for children who I would not be presenting them to, but it's allowed me to grow professionally, learning how to kind of just roll with the punches and be be supportive and make accommodations and just really flow with how things need to be in this crazy world. I've also learned how to grow as a professional. I was able to look at different resources online and talk with other classmates and our professor about things that were going on and how to make lessons better and how to change some of the things that I was doing to make it meet more children's and their needs. So I really enjoyed learning all about the arts and all that the arts has to offer. I learned how to work with the community and the families, and most importantly, the children, to make sure that everyone is successful. I really enjoyed learning about all of that as I continue to grow as a professional, and I can't wait to see where my future leads me. Thank you.